Welcome back to the channel. That is W.K.R.H 12 Productions. I'm Keith, and welcome to another edition, at least the final edition of to close out the year of 2024, purchase and customize first responder vehicles. And just trying to get it out though. We felt we had to get this done, so November, December, those are the ones we wanted to get out the way. Let's take care of it. Let's get started right then and there, right now, and close out 2024 with customized and purchased vehicles for first responder vehicles for W.K.R.H 12 Productions. Now, here's some purchase ones. Without further ado, we'll get started. Florida State Highway Patrol. Just that kind of a little bit. Gotta get the Dodge Diplomat, excuse me. Dodge Diplomat, the green light Dodge Diplomat. Good sedan. Love these cars, man. They had to go ahead and purchase that. That was a purchase vehicle. And got it there and just spruced it up a little bit. Didn't do too much to it. I just did put a clear coat on it. Other than that, that was it. It looks good all the way around. Nice vehicle to represent and get started on our last edition of 2024 for customized purchase vehicles across the country. So this is the Florida Highway Patrol Dodge Diplomat, made by Greenlight. Nicely done. Nice and stylish. Good to go. Alright. Get out of the way. Next vehicle up is the Greenlight Ford Mustang Fox Body of the Louisiana State Police. Nicely done. Another purchased vehicle. Spruced it up a little bit, put some visor lights on it in the front and the back. That's about it. That's about all we did. It looks better in person than it did in the pictures when we looked at it, because it looked like it was kind of complacent or out of place. Didn't feel like it. It looked like a self-imposed Ford Mustang police interceptor type vehicle, but it is. And now this looks better in person than I thought it would when I saw the pictures. I didn't even want to look at it when I saw the picture of it. I didn't even want to buy one then. Really didn't. Really did not. But hey, it worked out. Ford Mustang, Fox Body, Greenlight. Next one up is the Johnny Lightning. The next one up is the Johnny Lightning Chevy Camaro. 1971 Chevy Camaro of the California Highway Patrol. Nicely done. Yep, made by Johnny Lightning. And yeah, they do make a police car every now and then. We put the light bar on it, and probably doesn't look all that hot with the light bar on it. Probably should be better with visor lights. I don't know if they made visor lights back then in the 70s, so that's why we kind of put a light bar on it at that point in time. Looks good. Still looks good. Yeah, it still looks real good. It's a purchased vehicle that we got to add to the California Highway Patrol fleet. Nicely done. Nicely done. Another California Highway Patrol unit to add to the fleet. All the World Chevy Camaro. SS, I believe. Yeah. Nicely done. Now this is a customized unit. We purchased the casting and added the decals to it. and made it a polar bear unit. And the polar bear units, you know, for commercial or commercial enforcement vehicles, if I'm not mistaken. Always tell me in the comments if that's not the case, but for the most part, yeah, those are the polar bear units for California Highway Patrol for commercial enforcement. Yes, nicely done, nicely done. We customized it with put in the visor lights on the front and the back, and added decals. Nicely done. Auto World, Chevy Camaro SS for the California Highway Patrol. Next unit up, we customized a couple from the Utah Highway Patrol, Utah State Highway Patrol, 2019 Chevy Silverado Hot Wheels. Chevy Silverado pickup truck, nicely done. Hot Wheels mainline that we customized and made into a Utah State Highway Patrol. Nicely done. Added the light, detailed it. Added a light bar. Detailed the headlights and taillights, and put decals on it. Nicely done. Detailed the mirror covers as well. Looks real good. Utah Highway Patrol 2019 Chevy Silverado. Yeah, we're sporting it. Utah Highway Patrol sporting it. It's nicely done. Another customized vehicle that we did, also from the Utah State Highway Patrol. Matchbox Ford Police Interceptor utility vehicle of the Utah State Highway Patrol. Nicely done. Nicely done. Look at that, baby. We detailed it from the front and back. Didn't have a lot of details to it. It's a matchbox casting, and we detailed the front and the back. Put the headlights and taillights on it. Added decals, mirror covers. Did all that. Got it down pat. Got it down pat. Nicely done. Lovely unit. And it's not the newest casting. This wasn't the 2023 casting. This was more like the 2016 casting of the Matchbox Police Interceptor utility vehicle of the Utah Highway Patrol that we customized. Nicely done. Next unit up is the Tennessee State Highway Patrol. This is a matchbox casting of the 2020 Dodge Charger SRT sporting the Tennessee State Highway Patrol unit. And we kind of, I know it's not the yellow is not their actual color, but we made it that color anyway because we wanted to make a specialty unit out of the Tennessee State Highway Patrol with these vehicles. We had a good rapport with this, a good positive feedback with it, so to speak. Even though these vehicles are not part of their fleet, sometimes we go outside the box to make it part of the fleet. To kind of represent part of the fleet in our for our diorama set and for display. But nicely done. The customized Matchbox Dodge Charger casting. This is kind of one of those moving parts, so to speak, with the hood open in the front, showing the engine. But we kind of modified it, put in a second tone of color, added a light bar, added the decals, and just touched it up a little bit on the front and back. Added a push bar as well. It looks nice, sweet. Did it twice. And we put also on the back windshield Strike Force. That's the specialty team that we wanted to call it. We wanted to call it a Strike Force team. They'll do the specialty jobs There'll be a special. They'll do the specialty jobs in the freeways and in other parts of the state. Taking part in some of the special units, like special jobs that will be for them. Kind of like special forces in the Army, so they'll do the special task that they only do, and they'll do, that they'll rarely do, but it comes off. Then if they need it, they'll have a strike force there. They'll usually lead in a point for the freeway, before the regular highway patrols get there. At least that's the idea. A lot of state to cover, so yeah. But nicely done. This is what we wanted to do. A little bit outside the box. They don't have this in the fleet, but nicely done to try to still represent well the Tennessee State Highway Patrol, and maybe give them some ideas. This might be good idea, Strike Force team. Maybe that might work. Might help. We'll see what happens. Try to get you going. The Tennessee. This is the match 2020 Dodge Charger SRT, sporting the Tennessee State Highway Patrol Specialty Team Strike Force unit. Next unit up is the Union County Sheriff's Department in South Carolina on the green light Dodge Charger casting. Nicely done. It already came with a push bar and a light bar on it. We just added the decals, touched it up a little bit, and is representing their local county there. Nicely done of the Union County Sheriff. Had several designs there. We had several designs for Union County, but this is a good one. It sports it up, blends in with the casting very, very well, and very well detailed and very noticeable throughout the community. Nicely done in that touch in real life, and we try to replicate that as close as possible to that unit with that design. Nicely done. Cut the decals. Decals are from Aftermath LLC. The Tennessee decals with the Strike Force, they're from Police Decals and Deals. Bill Bozo did the California Highway Patrol. Nicely done. And the Utah, as well as the Utah State Highway Patrol. So there you go. The Union County Sheriff's Department, being sported, the decals being sported on the Dodge Charger, green light Dodge Charger right here. Nicely done. Nice custom there. Next unit up, the Arkansas State Highway Patrol, Spartan, and being sported on a Ford Police Interceptor utility vehicle. Green light Ford Police Interceptor utility vehicle. Nicely done. Got the decals on these things by Bill Bozo Decals. Nicely done on that. Also, I may have added the light bar on it, as well as the decals. Everything else, the push bar, everything else was already there. We just sported it up a little bit, spruced it up a little bit, and added that. We did have a few, a sparse few, around about recently, as about 18 months ago. We didn't have but maybe 2 or 3 units of the Arkansas State Highway Patrol. Now we want to bolster that. We'll bolster up the fleet. Add to the fleet and do a good job. And that's what we're going to do. We actually did that and got it going. And now we have a police interceptor utility to add to the fleet. Also, from the Arkansas State Highway Patrol, we also added a green light Chevy Tahoe to the fleet for the Arkansas State Highway Patrol. Nicely done there. Did the same thing. It already had a vehicle. It already had a particular design on it. We cleaned it up and refurbished it to another unit. As another unit, which you see here is the Arkansas State Highway Patrol. Decals also by Bill Bozo. Nicely done on and nicely done and cast on a green light Chevy Tahoe. Nicely done. Next unit up is that's being sported on a BMW M5 Police. This is a matchbox casting of the BMW M5 of the Washington D.C. Police Department, Metropolitan Police Department. Nicely done on this casting. Tremendous job. It had the light bar on it, but it was kind of like bare bones. But it did have the headlights on it. Not too much of the tail lights. We designed that. We detailed all that in the front and the back as much as possible. Also added the decals. Left the light bar like it is, and it looks real good. We have a few of these BMW M5s already on display, sporting this Metropolitan Police design. And we just want, since we had more M5s, BMW M5s in stock, in our, probably in our display, we want to, hey, let's add more to it. Let's add more to the fleet. So this is a vehicle. The BMW M5s are being added. The Washington Metropolitan Police Department is going to be added to the fleet, and they'll be representing. And we count them as a state police, kind of like a state police unit, but yeah. We do count them as a state of the United States in a way, even though they're the District of Columbia. But still, all in all, very good. The same. Love the design. Nicely done. Decals are by Bill Bozo Decals, and it looks real good. Next unit up. Instead of the Washington D.C. Police, we have the Washington State Police. It's being sported on. Let me see. It's being sported on a Matchbox Ford Police Interceptor Utility Vehicle, 2023 Ford Police Interceptor Utility Vehicle. Nicely done. You should know, those that are familiar with Matchbox knows the casting. They had they have a pretty good. This is the newest body type that they have. New tooling, so to speak, on this vehicle. They did a great job with it, and we try to get as many of these vehicles as we can to decorate it and to make to make this unit and several more units that are coming up going into 2025. So there you go with that. With the decals, we touched it up in the front and the back. Very bare bones in the bare bones in the front and the back of the vehicle. It does have a light bar and a push bar, but no headlights and tail lights, so we detailed all that. Got it going, freshen it up, give it a good fresh look on the detailing part of it. On the front and the back of the vehicle, I added decals all the way around. Doesn't have, it's one of the few units that doesn't have a lot of decals to put on the vehicle, so this is good. We added the chevron and the state police on the back, even though they don't have anything on the back of their vehicles. Maybe a state police here and there, but we still sported the back a little bit with the chevron and the state police. That's basically what Bill Bozo's decals had on the early part of their decals. They added on the back, so it looks real good. We added the decals to it. Thank you, Bill, putting it. Getting that for us, and you're able to put it on there. It looks real good. We're going to sport a few more of these, a few more vehicles of this unit coming up in 2025. So be on the lookout for it. But right now, this is the vehicle to add to the fleet of the many vehicles, different variations of vehicles that they have in their fleet and in our collection. And this is the Washington State Police being sported on a 2023 Ford Police Interceptor Utility Matchbox casting. The new tooling of it, by the way, is looking real good. This was a purchased vehicle, and I think you've seen this before. The 2022 Ford Mustang, kind of an EV type Mach, the Mach vehicle. Mach 4, nicely done. We purchased one, and I'm not sure we displayed it in previous videos, but we're displaying it now, and that will be added to the fleet, added to the large fleet that we have of the NYPD in our collection, as well as the one that looks like it on the second one. We wanted to add at least 2 to the fleet when we get a vehicle or purchase a vehicle. We want to try to get at least 2 of these vehicles, and just to add to the fleet. 1 for display, 1 for play. I think that's how we do it anyway. But we never know which one is which. But so they both might get displayed, they both might get played, for play. And we do play with these vehicles quite often, and put them in shoots and get them involved in it. But this is a purchased vehicle with this type of casting, and probably the least liked Mustang of all. But hey, it's there. It's part of the collection, and this department does use it in real life. So be on the lookout for it when you see it. The 2022 Ford Mustang Mach, kind of a Mach vehicle. It doesn't say Mach 4 or anything like that, but it is. But it is that. Next unit up, and we customized this. You might have seen it. You might have seen this a lot on our Instagram page. It's the Iowa State Patrol of the Lamborghini. It is a Lamborghini, but the Lamborghini Huracan. We try to put it on there. There we go. But it's the Lamborghini Huracan. Yeah, it's a Hot Wheels casting. Looks real good, real good. Love the stance, the build, the execution of this casting, and I already had the yellow stripes that was already on the hood and on the side of the vehicle. We just added to it with the decals of the Iowa State Patrol, State Trooper in the front. Put State Trooper in the front, State Trooper in the State Trooper in the back. Looks real good on this. We added the visor lights in the front and the back. Kept the slick top, and kept the design and the color for the most part. Looks real good. We kind of kit bashed the State Trooper so it could stand out a little bit, and so it could stand out a little bit, and you can see the golden texture of those printed white ink, printed details that's on the fonts. Nicely done for our team. They did a great job. Put a good clear coat on it, and it looks dynamite. We also tinted the windows as well. Not too bad at all. But I loved it when they left it a slick top. Nicely done. Love everything about it. It's the Lamborghini Huracan being sported with the Iowa State Patrol sporting the details on this Lamborghini Huracan. Nicely done. Next unit up, the Transylvania County Sheriff being sported on a 2018 Dodge Charger Matchbox casting. Nicely done. One thing about the Transylvania Sheriff's Department in North Carolina, and I'm not sure we had this in a previous video, probably in the last video, to try to beat to have the recording done, and have it being involved in the recording in time before Halloween. We was trying to do that to represent Transylvania, and Halloween, Transylvania always blends into these Halloween movies and skits and holiday galore, if you want to call Halloween a holiday. Yeah, I don't judge you. If you do, you don't. But nicely done details on it. Decals sported on this already. This casting that was already black, but nicely done on adding the decals by Aftermath LLC, Aftermath Systems LLC. Nicely done. We added a light bar and a push bar as well, and detailed that, along with a little bit of the details on the front and the back. Nicely done. Love that casting. 2018 Dodge Charger, sporting a Transylvania County Sheriff's Department in North Carolina. Nicely done. Another nicely done customized unit is the Chevy Tahoe, green light Chevy Tahoe of the Lancaster County Sheriff's Department in South Carolina. Nicely done. Decals made by Aftermath Systems LLC. Nicely sported on this vehicle, and they did a great job with it. Was the previous unit's vehicle. We refurbished it to make it this unit. It's the only one right now. It's the only one that right now, only vehicle in the fleet for this particular unit and this particular department. Nicely done. It already had the push bar and the light bar already on it. Just detailed it, spruced it up a little bit, gave it a little detail, and license plate, a little bit of touch just to make it theirs. We'll make another one to add to the fleet, to add to this one unit fleet right now, going in 2025. But nicely done. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Department in South Carolina is being sported on a green light Chevy Tahoe. The Connecticut State Police, next unit up is the Connecticut State Police for Police Interceptor sedan. Being sported on the Matchbox 4 Police Interceptor sedan, nicely done. And what you're looking at here is nothing. That's right, no decals. No decals are usually sported on this. Is really the identity of the Connecticut State Police, and they have done so for many years. So they always go with a gray or metallic color in their design, and it looks sleek and still recognizable, even though they don't have a lot of decals on there, if any. Yeah. They might have a license plate that says Connecticut State Police. You'll see State Police being put on there in red or blue or lit, or in the lit part of a light bar, and they'll have State Police. You'll, either way, whether they have it or not, or have decals or not, you can tell and recognize, and people can recognize the Connecticut State Police just by looking at it, because they will always sport the light bar. They will always sport the push bar in the process, and it looks good. Now the casting itself was partially done on the front, not very, not detailed on the front a little bit, but not very detailed, and detailed in the back. But it still needed to add some detail to it, to the front and the back of the headlights and taillights respectively, and did a good job in detailing the front, the grill, the oval shape in the push bar. Nicely done. Now we have a few units of the Connecticut State Police, beginning with this one. We'll continue with that with another unit, but this one is the Matchbox 4 Police Interceptor sedan casting. This one is the Chevy Tahoe casting of the Connecticut State Police. Nicely done in this Chevy Tahoe casting. This is a 2007 Hot Wheels Chevy Tahoe casting. Nicely done. We kind of detailed it. We kind of had one of the Hot Wheels police designs on it, or fire department designs on it. We refurbished it and made it into the Connecticut State Police. Nicely done. We gave it several coats of the metallic nickel color on it, yeah, and it looks real good. Already had a light bar and a push bar already woven into the casting, so to speak. Yeah, the light bar woven into the windows of the vehicle. The push bar woven into the casting of the vehicle itself. Did a great job detailing all of the front, the push bar, the front headlights and the tail lights, the front and the back of the casting. It looks very stylish. Tinted the windows. Did a great job with that all the way around. And it sure does look like the old school version of the Chevy Tahoe for the Connecticut State Police. Now, they didn't have a lot of Chevy Tahoes, but we're gonna add more to the fleet in our collection, and maybe they'll get some ideas to buy get a few. They do have a few Chevy Tahoes in their fleet. Not many. You don't see many, but they do have many. Yeah. And they've been more reliant on Ford vehicles throughout the years. This is another Connecticut State Police edition, customized edition. The green light Chevy Tahoe. And this is a much newer, much more specific model here, but nicely done. We, you know, it was a previous unit. We stripped that and refurbished it to make it into this Connecticut State Police unit. A little bit more, a darker metallic color to it, but nicely done. We did the details on the front. It already had at least a push bar on it, but we kept the slick top. Detailed the visor lights in the front and the back. Detailed the push bar a little bit. Detailed the the light schemes in the back of the rear of the vehicle. Nicely done all the way around. Good customizing touch, and the floor and the kind of like the floorboards on the or the sideboards with a light detail as well, and chrome ink. Nicely done of the Connecticut State Police. Last Connecticut State Police unit is the Chevy Silverado 1500, 2023 Chevy Silverado 1500, and this is also of the Connecticut State Police. I'm not sure if it's a crime scene or accident scene. I think it's an accident scene type design. We kit bashed that little detail that's in the back here. Forensics unit. That's what it says back here, forensics unit. So it has the forensics unit on it, and we detailed it a little bit. It already has a cab that attaches, that comes off in the back. We kind of tack glued it on it, added a light bar, detailed it a little bit in the front, on the side a little bit, detailed the front and the back, added a push bar on the front. Also did a little bit of detailing in the back as well, and give it more of a police interceptor, kind of a little bit more of an interceptor look, or Chevy Tahoe look to it, but nicely done with a nice touch to it, and kept it a metallic look. It kept it a metallic look, sleek. Just add a light bar, did a little bit of this and a little bit of that, so to speak. It didn't need much, but nicely done. We also kept, like I said, we kept bashed the decal for the forensics unit decal on there from another decal set. Nicely done. Just in case where we got the kit bash forensics unit, we kit bashed it from Police Decals and Deals. Nicely done. That's the last Connecticut police unit that we made. We made 4 total customized. Nicely done. Next unit up, South Carolina Highway Patrol, sporting a 2015 Ram, Dodge Ram vehicle. No, the Fords was not available, but man, we made this we made this design look good, and it almost looks like a Ford from this distance. Nicely done. So the Dodge Ram is sporting the South Carolina Highway Patrol. Does a great job with this in the customizing it. Already had the headlights and the light bar, push bar on it. Yeah. And we detailed the whole front end, including the headlights on the front. We detailed the back end, including the bumper and the tail lights on the back. Added the South Carolina Highway Patrol decals on it. Did a great job. Got State Trooper in the back, and kind of detailed all the other features for the rear lights and the lights in the behind the back of the cab. Nicely done. Did a lot of detailing work to this. Get it done, as well as hit the sideboards. Sideboards with the chrome light detail. detail feature on it. So nice. We made about 3 of them, but this is, we'll make this twice here. Nicely, nicely done. Nice, smooth, clean look of the South Carolina Highway Patrol. We made quite a few Dodge Rams here, and who knows, might, if we get a couple more castings, we might make a couple of more of these units. Nicely done. We made several units in this Dodge Ram casting, including the South Carolina Highway Patrol. Looks good, and this is probably one of our better work. We had to adjust a little bit on the decals when we installed them, but nicely done all the way around. Decals are from Bill Bozo Decals. Did a great job with that. Round of applause. Also did some light details on the mirror covers and all that stuff to give it a high profile detail look. Nicely, nicely done. South Carolina Highway Patrol Dodge Ram 2015 Dodge Ram pickup trucks. Nicely, nicely done. And now, you nicely see all that. We also added a University of Clemson Police Department. Is being sported on a Matchbox 4 Police Interceptor sedan. Nicely, nicely done. Did the decals. Already had the light bar. Already had the push bar on it, of course, built into the casting. We just did the whole front end with headlights and tail lights and the grill, getting all that, getting the light details fixtures put in there, and then on the rear as well. We did the whole backside completely, refurbished the whole backside, put that in there. The decals, outstanding job on the decals. Outstanding job on the of customizing this vehicle for the Clemson University Police Department. Decals are from Aftermath Systems LLC, and they did a fantastic job with this. Clemson University Police Department in South Carolina. It's being sported on a police interceptor sedan unit. Alright, next, and probably the last unit, I believe, of 2024. This one's the Prince William County Police Department in Virginia, in Prince William County, Virginia. Nicely done, and very well customized on a green light 2016 green light Dodge Charger Hellcat on it. Yeah. Nicely done for a powder blue two-tone Hellcat. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. Nicely done on this thing, adding a two-tone color of the light blue that was already there when we purchased the vehicle, and then we added the second tone of color on the top, which is white. Not bad at all. Added a light bar, no push bar, just a light bar, and detailed it to the punch. Put the decals on there. Decals are from, believe it or not, JVS decals, I believe. Yeah, JNS decals, JNS decals is the company, I believe. I believe that we got the decals from. We added on it. It looks real good. Did a little detail here and there around the vehicle to make it spiffy and make it sporty enough to be that type of police vehicle. It still has a police presence despite the color. So nice. We did it twice. All right. Nicely done. The green light Dodge Charger Hellcat being sported on with the decals sported on by Prince William County, Virginia Police Department. Nicely done. I said this was the last but not least, but this is the last but not least, but it's from the same unit. We sported a Strike Force team type vehicle of the Prince William County. And this was on a Ford Mustang. Nicely done. Already light blue in color as well. And we left it two-tone. We left it black. We purchased the vehicle just like it is color scheme wise. Added a light bar on the visor lights in the front and the back, and detailed a little bit, as well as added decals to it. Decals are by the same company, J&S Decals, and they did a great job with this. And we was able to do a great job detailing this and touching it up a little bit and modifying. We didn't have to do any modification of the decals. Did a great job. We was able to put it on there, and it looks sporty. And we was going to make this a specialty unit similar to the Tennessee State Highway Patrols in the way we made those Strike Force team vehicles. Fictional wise, but still effective. And this is a fictional wise, but still effective vehicle to add to the fleet of the Prince William County Police Department. It looks real good. I didn't want to change anything in the color scheme. It looks real good as it is. Just put it on there, did the detailing work on it, make it a specialty vehicle, kind of like a heat unit, Yeah, highway. Yeah, the very good heat unit type vehicle, or traffic unit type vehicle for the Prince William County Police Department in Virginia. But nicely done, and on a Mustang no less, makes it more smooth and outstanding in its own right. Just outstanding. Love everything about it. Sweet. Nicely done. There you have it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Our final custom and purchase vehicles for the year 2024. Nicely done. Thank you for watching W.K.R.H 12 Productions. I love everything about. Hey, thank you for your support and everything that we do. We're going to come out, try to do something a little different going in 2025 and recording videos, but and bring it to the YouTube channel. We'll see what we can do in trying to make this a little bit more of a more entertaining process, more or less. But we'll do everything that we can to still try to appease you in bringing the in bringing purchase and customized police and first responder units, and do it in the most professional way possible in honor of our law enforcement and rescue agencies across the country. Thank you for watching W.K.R.H Productions. I'm Keith. Happy New Year. We'll see you on the next one.